Welcome to WWW Wario.
Hey guys, this is me Andy, or WWW Wario. Scott Cotton just released the teaser trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 3, and the hype is too much to contain. I had to make an analysis video on this because I've never done this before, so please excuse me if I miss a detail or two, or three, or 100, but this is the first time I'm doing this, so please excuse if I do something wrong. But I had to do this because obviously I'm a huge fan of the series, and this trailer made me go as hype as possible. So we're going to break this trailer down, guys, and I am super stoked for this because it looks absolutely out of my expectations, because obviously I know that many others believe that this game was going to be yet another prequel. If you didn't know, the second game is actually a prequel to the first one, and I believed, and I know many others believed as well, that this third one was going to take place before those two again. But no, we're not getting a prequel. In fact, we're not even in a restaurant anymore, because if you look at this Steam page for Five Nights at Freddy's 3, where you can vote on the game to actually get on Steam, which obviously will happen, it says that the game takes place in Fazbear Fright, the horror attraction. So here's the description that is written on Steam. 30 years after Freddy's Fazbear's Pizza closed its doors, the events that took place there have become nothing more than a rumor and a childhood memory, but the owners of Fazbear's Fright, the horror attraction, are determined to revive the legend and make the experience as authentic as possible for patrons, going to great lengths to find anything that might have survived decades of neglect and ruin. At first, there were only empty shells, a hand, a hook, an old paper plate doll, but then a remarkable discovery was made. The attraction now has one more animatronic. So obviously this game is going to be focused around this new... He looks like a golden bunny. I don't know, but he looks like a golden bunny version, and it looks absolutely terrifying. And obviously in the trailer it says that he always returns. And here is like in the description here it says that there is one animatronic. So obviously they are talking about this guy right here, this golden one. So this game is actually a sequel to the first one. It takes place 30 years after the events of the two previous games are now just a memory and a rumor. And now they're apparently like this like attraction, or this kind of like museum where they have like these dolls or these animatronics, because they knew that, you know, bad things have happened to them. So I'm guessing that's why like they're gathering. I'm sure they like went out to the restaurants to gather the Freddy animatronic, Chica, Bunny, and all of those, which is why we can see the toy animatronics being actually in a box in the trailer and on the picture here in the office. And you can see also Foxy's hook there, and Mangle as well. So I'm guessing that's why they have them there, because like they are gathering them for this museum-like thing. But take a look at this trailer. What the heck do they mean by he always returns, or he always comes back? Because obviously that means that he has to come back every time. But we've never seen this guy before. Has he like been in the two previous games all along, only that we didn't knew? That could sure be it. Only that like he wasn't presented in the game, but actually he was there somewhere. However, he always does, he always returns. What do they mean by that? Like, why is this animatronic so much more special than Freddy, Bunny, and Chica and the rest of the crew? So because obviously they're talking about this guy. And just look at him at this clip right here. Look, he looks like really... He looks absurd, he looks crazy, and he looks mad. And he looks definitely very, very creepy. And there, stop it right there. You can see there, you have a little, you have one door. You have only one door, and you have this little window in front of you. Is this game going to only have one door? It looks like it, and it doesn't look like you have any form of light or door switch to close it off. And obviously don't need any light, because there are light there to begin with. But the window in front is very interesting. Could the animatronics possibly appear in the window? Now here's my little theory. Because you see the window in front of you and your door to the very left, I believe that you are able to actually see the animatronic maybe run past the window, similar to how you see Foxy running in the first game. So I believe that you can actually see the animatronics run past the window right before they enter your office on the left. Now that would create a panic experience. But now the question is, how are we supposed to protect ourselves? We don't have any doors, it looks like, and you only have one door apparently. You don't have any light because you don't really need anything, and obviously we don't see the heads-up display here, but it doesn't look like we have any form of, well, Freddy mask, any places to hide or anything. So the real question is, who is this golden bunny guy? But now take a look at the background of this picture right here. You see the back, there's a little Freddy head, it looks like, without its ears. It looks like just an empty prototype of a Freddy head. I wonder if that's going to be some kind of use. Maybe that is actually what you're going to use to hide in. But I doubt that will be the case, because obviously that was the case in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, where you would hide inside a Freddy hat. I don't think Scott will reuse that mechanic from the second game. I think we'll go with something completely new. But then look at this picture. Here we got a little picture of the area that we are sitting in. So obviously this is some kind of museum, as I said, and this picture right here, it looks like Foxy's head is hanging on a wall. And that would actually make sense, because obviously, as I said, this is some kind of museum or horror attraction. So they possibly only wanted Foxy's head and hanged it on a wall, and therefore we can see Foxy's claw hanging from like out of the box, because they didn't need the rest of his body. But then in the left side we see this new golden bunny animatronic thing. But then look at this picture right here. It's very blurry, it's very static. However, it definitely is someone there. But is that Golden Bunny? Or we call him Golden Bunny for now. It doesn't look like it, or his face looked very creepy. His teeth look to be very sharp, and actually this does in fact remind me of Golden Freddy. And could that be? And then we have this picture right here, which maybe is the most important one out of all. And I think this describes or gives a hint at this new mechanic. What could this be? It looks like that you can actually turn off the audio devices, the camera system, and the ventilation, and also reboot all. I don't know what that's gonna mean, but ventilation, what's that gonna mean? We see a ventilation system or a ventilation thing in the background here, and also in the room behind the window. Could that be connected in some way? I don't know. But audio devices, what could that mean? I mean, we know that animatronics have some kind of audio devices inside them, like a little audio box. Could that be something? But again, we only have this one animatronic that really is active, I think. But I don't know how that's gonna work. And then camera system, I cannot think of anything else than the cameras themselves that you are actually looking at. And then reboot all. I don't know what's that gonna mean. Is that gonna, like, you reset all the animatronics for some reason, somehow? I don't know how this is gonna work, but definitely whatever it is, this is gonna be great. This looks like it's gonna be very complicated and challenging, and I am truly looking forward to this. And it's no secret that this Golden Bunny, as I call him, looks creepy as hell. So this is gonna be great. And it's very cool that it took a new twist and didn't make it a sequel, didn't make it a prequel, and it didn't even make it in a restaurant. So I think this is gonna be really cool. But again, excuse me if I missed some details. And also we have the fan in the background here. There's no Five Nights at Freddy's without a fan. And also we see these little toys of our three main original animatronics there on the desk. That's really cool. And we also see some drawings in the background, but I don't think there's anything super important. But if you guys have noticed something, then make sure to drop a comment in the comment section below, and make sure to drop a like rating on this video if you so enjoyed it, and if you are excited for Five Nights at Freddy's 3, because I definitely am. And guys, subscribe to stay up to date with all the videos that I will upload on my channel, and I will see you guys on my next video.